Emoticons. Hey, you've seen them. You probably have some on your keyboard, but what exactly do they mean if they're used in a message? Well, that takes us to this week's case, or cases, because the courts are struggling with this in a number of cases, and we've seen cases coming down different ways when people are arguing that the emoticons that are contained in their emails really have meaning, and in some instances the courts find they do, and in some instances they say they don't. So what exactly are we dealing with? Well, what we're dealing with here are the courts trying to find its way through the brand new world, not that new, but through the world of internet communication. Example being, had a guy, college student, and he was subject to a suit for harassment. In that suit for harassment, he argued, hey, it's not really a harassing situation I'm involved in here, because when I sent some of the texts and some of the emails I sent, I had an emoticon that had a tongue that was sticking out, and that means I really wasn't taking this seriously. Well, the judge wasn't persuaded by that argument. Another case, we had sexual assault case, and there the fellow said, hey, you know, in this instance, the sex was consensual. She had agreed to this because look at the text she sent me. She has her eye winking. She has that emoticon that has a winking eye. Judge wasn't convinced by that and said that eye winking, that emoticon, did not in any way indicate that she had agreed to the sex that had taken place. Another instance, we had someone who was accused of attempting to murder his wife. In one of the emails that became important, he had a stuck-out tongue emoticon arguing, hey, this is just a little bit of fun. It really doesn't make any difference. And the court wasn't persuaded by that either. Another instance, we had a guy who was arguing, hey, I've got a ticket to Paris sitting next to this gal that I really wanted to get to know. She's kind of brushed me off, but I have that ticket sitting right next to her, and hey, this is going to be really cool. The emoticon that he had in his email, which he had told friends about this effort, had a winking eye. He said, well, the winking eye indicates this was all just in fun and I really wasn't trying to harass her. Guess what? Court said that winking icon did in fact not make any difference, and that winking emoticon really didn't change the nature of the charges, and found that he in fact was engaged in harassment. So, do the emoticons make a difference? People argue they do. Oftentimes the court says it doesn't make a difference, but sometimes the court does find that it makes a difference, that it's embedded in the communication, it's part of the communication, and therefore it must be considered. Well, this is something the courts are grappling with on a case-by-case basis. So when you hear the discussion, you will understand why, because we bring you these cases, or we bring you cases every week so you understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.